who leads the world to change? That's an interesting question because, in the COVID crisis, we have learned the successful countries of dealing with the crisis. They were both privileged, like New Zealand, but they also had a different approach to life and to governance and to their country in general. And many of them were run by women. So what this idea of emotional intelligence and connecting to things and respecting nature and stuff that is gone out the window in so many places. Iceland, right? South Korea, Taiwan, New Zealand. Compare that to Brazil or the US or the UK, right? Who leads the world in the future? Well, I think it's quite clear that people that can see in a more holistic way and that can see the context, and that goes for CEOs and politicians and futurists and anybody in the world. The new leader is capable of seeing all these things at once and all the implications of it and understands it intuitively with imagination. And that's the leadership that we need, people who are able to express that, like Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand, who is sort of a walking embodiment of this kind of concept in so many ways. But then again, if Jacinda Ardern was a politician in France, it probably wouldn't work. So I think we're looking at the next 10 years as being that point where we have to recreate that renaissance, that we had in the 15th century, which was new realizations, new emphasis, new priorities, where all of a sudden in the Renaissance we said, the religion, Pope and dogmas and all that's all good, but in the end, it's about what humans can do. So it was a huge shift in bringing forward the Renaissance and of course all of the changes that came with the Renaissance. And now all of a sudden we're having this, what I call the new human Renaissance, which is to say what we want is more important than what we can have. We have to decide on what we want. And the future is not something that just kind of falls down on us and we're looking at it passively. The future is not predetermined. There are people who are discussing that to be predetermined, right? But it's not. The future is something that every time I make a decision, whether it's yes or no, active or passive, I shape the future. And so the question should not be what will the future be. This is a stupid question, right? I mean, that's like saying, how will this egg be scrambled as I'm standing there with the pan? It's not like that. This is a process where we say, what do we want the future to be? What do we prefer? And what choices do we make? We have all the choices. It's not that we don't have enough choices. We make the wrong choices. As Buckminster Fuller once said, we create the right technologies, but for the wrong reasons. So we have to look at our reasons and our preferred future rather than the options.